Buenas tardes, buenas tardes. Let's see what we got here. It's Wednesday, it's the 7th of December, and it's a bloody BBC News. Right. The UK receives windy weather warning. The UK is likely to be hit by strong winds across much of the country. The BBC Weather Centre has warned, yes? BBC meteorologists, and I like this one, they're always using these SPs, Susan Powell. Susan Powell. And for those of you that don't know, SP, that's my initials. Anyway, Susan Powell said a deep area, this is a deep motherfucking area, yeah? A deep area of low pressure centered, right? It's Shrek. Forget this, right? It's fucking Puss in Boots and Shrek, right? A low pressure centered on the north of Scotland, right? Scotland. A Braveheart would bring very, and I'm talking very, check this out, right? It's very challenging conditions, right? She, and she's the cat's mother, right, said the strongest, and I mean the strongest of the winds, yes, would affect Scotland, right? Scotland particularly. I like this one. That's another ST. Scotland, particularly, right? Central and southern areas, right? With, check this out, with gusts. And they have to downgrade them, right? Because there's D notices. But it says gusts, right? Gusts possibly of over 80 miles per hour, and I don't know what that is in kilometres because we still use imperial in the UK, although it's not the UK because Scotland is breaking away. Anyway, 80 miles per hour in areas. Travel, right, is likely to be disrupted and structural. And I know about structural. My father, right, he was a member of the Royal Institute of Structural Motherfucking Engineers. He used to work for British Rail, right? He used to go off to Hereford and design shit for the fucking SAS. Seriously, well, the Hereford, no, I shouldn't tell you that. Anyway, listen. Blah, 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 blah. Well, Hereford is where the SAS is based. And as I remember it, my dad was always shooting off to Hereford, yeah, to design shit, because he was a structural engineer. Anyway, structural, right, damage, right, is possible. And that is a windy weather warning. UK receives windy weather warning. And it's some December shit, 7, and it's some kind of 21 shit. Do you know what I mean? And the woman, she's fit. I've seen her. The BBC meteorologist, yeah, it was an SP. She was a Susan Powell. See that there? SP. Oh, the S&P fucking index. Anyway, right? I think actually it's Shrek. I think it's the Jolly Green Giant, yeah? Blasted Santa Claus St. Nicholas. Because good King Wenceslas, you know what? He last looked out on the Feast of Stephen.
Well, that's simply because there hasn't been enough experimental data from the collider to claim what scientists call a discovery. But it is looking increasingly likely that this will be a significant milestone.
What is this thing?
It's notoriously difficult to define. Now, Peter Higgs himself, we asked him back in 2008
oh, I read the blackboard
to tell us how it works, and this is the best that he could do.
Waves in this quantity which oscillates up and down that trough.
Now, for some reason, that diagram caused quite a lot of giggles and even found its way onto Have I Got News for You. But there are some better explanations out there. We think, for our money, that Professor John Ennis, you heard earlier, does a pretty good job. This is what he said.
So the standard model, you can think of it as being a bunch of building bricks, blocks like, for example, the electron. The electron is the thing that goes around atoms. The quarks, well, those are the things that make up nuclear matter. There's a photon, that's a particle of light. which actually what we're using to communicate electronically now. So we've got this very complicated series, rather like an arch. The whole thing would fall down if we didn't have a capstone sitting there in the middle there. That capstone tells us which particles have mass.
The God particle.
And that capstone, which makes the whole standard model hang together, that's the Higgs boson.